Hi, I'm Lieutenant Jonathan Baxter with the San Francisco Fire Department, and I am honored to welcome our two new members to the San Francisco Fire Department and San Francisco community. K9 Marley on the left and K9 Sadie on the right are our new facility canines that will help provide comfort and care to our firefighters, EMTs, and paramedics during their time of need. K9 Marley and K9 Sadie were donated by the Thor's Hope Foundation, again trained by Performance Canine Training, and will have their daily needs supplemented by the National First Responders Fund. K9 Sadie and K9 Marley will work shifts hand in hand or paw to hand with their human companions, Lieutenant Catherine Alba and Lieutenant Christina Gibbs of the San Francisco Fire Department. Moving forward, we anticipate that our two new firefighter canines will provide lots of smiles, lots of comfort, and help us reduce the stressors that we see on a daily basis. We want to take this time to thank K9 Tactical Gear, who donated essential gear for our canines to perform, as well as K9 Duke for being an ambassador of obtaining these equipments. We look forward to having our new facility canines within our department and within our community of San Francisco. Please enjoy the following media ceremony in full detail, along with some footage from our media partners highlighting the importance of these two canines and the roles they play in reducing stress in the fire service, public service, and our community. I'm San Francisco Fire Lieutenant Jonathan Baxter.
Good afternoon. My name is Lieutenant Jonathan Baxter, San Francisco Fire Department. We are proud to announce and to bring to our community our two new facility canines, Marley and Sadie. To tell you more about this, you're going to hear from the Chief of Department, Janine Nicholson, Thor K9, Christina McConey Green, and Joe Veronese with the National First Responder Fund. Without any further ado, I present Chief Janine Nicholson.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Hi, everyone. I am Chief Janine Nicholson, and I am thrilled, beyond thrilled, to be here today to accept these two beautiful creatures from Thor's Hope Foundation, and in addition to thank Joe Veronese for his support of these dogs once we get them. But such a generous, wonderful thing for us in the fire department. Our members see all sorts of challenging scenes and go through all sorts of challenging situations. And sometimes we just don't need anybody to talk to. We just need a little dog to pet. And I know these dogs have already brought a lot of comfort to people in the fire stations and will continue to do so for many years. Again, I just want to thank David and Christina for all they've done to get Marley and Sadie to us, and also our lieutenants, Lieutenant Catherine Alba, who has Marley, and Lieutenant Christina Gibbs, who is Sadie's handler. And without further ado, shall I turn it over to Thor's Hope Foundation, Sister Christina.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Christina McConey Green, and I am the Vice President of Thor's Hope Foundation. It's actually Thor's Hope Foundation that actually gifts these dogs. They privately fund the purchase of the dogs and the training that goes into these dogs. And our board president and founder, Susan White, is here, and if it wasn't for her, this program would not be in existence. So thank you to Susan and our other board member, Rainey Gordy, who is also here. I wanted to let you know that I really was so impressed with San Francisco Fire Department. Their collaboration process in all this was just absolutely fantastic. In addition to their also process of interviewing candidates that would be the handlers. And truly, Christina and Catherine are marvelous handlers. They are natural dog people, and they have such a beautiful bond with Marley and Sadie, and they have a bright future ahead of them. So congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, my sister. And again, K9 Performance, I would also like to thank David Green, who really was instrumental in training these dogs. And if I can just give it over to Joe Veronese from NFRF for a minute. So I want to thank him and his foundation for all their support of the San Francisco Fire Department and their support of these canines.
Thank you so much, Chief, and thank you to the Thor's Foundation. You know, when I was fire commissioner here in San Francisco, we had talked and worked on this, and I want to thank the Chief and your hard continued support for the peer support unit under Chief Natasha Parks, who's done a fantastic job. And so the National First Responders Fund has stepped up. My foundation has stepped up and will be funding the support of these animals for the next 2 years. And so we are pleased to do that, and we're excited with the effect that these dogs will have on the members of this department, and a very positive effect. So thank you, Chief, and thank you to the Thor's Foundation for stepping up. And we look forward, our foundation, the National First Responders Funds, look forward to working with the Thor's Foundation to see if we can do this in other departments as well around the country, and certainly around the Bay Area. So thank you again for everything. We appreciate it. The National First Responders Fund will be here for you.
That concludes our presentation. We have some goodies and treats for everybody to enjoy while we're able to meet our new firefighters, K9 Sadie and K9 Marley. Thank you very much.
Finally tonight, the newest members of the San Francisco Fire Department were introduced today.
Yeah, their job, tending to the health and wellness of the firefighters. Meet Marley and Sadie. Marley is a 16-month-old Red Fox Labrador Retriever, Sadie, a 20-month-old Yellow Lab. They've been brought on board here to help firefighters and other first responders unwind and relieve stress from their jobs.
Our members see all sorts of challenging scenes and go through all sorts of challenging situations. And sometimes we just don't need anybody to talk to. We just need a little dog to pet.
Marley and Sadie were donated to the department by Thor's Hope Foundation, a service dog nonprofit in partnership with Performance Canine Training, as they launch a new peer support canine program for the San Francisco Fire Department. Well, the San Francisco Fire Department added 2 new members to its staff today.
The 2 happen to be dogs, specially trained to help firefighters get through particularly stressful times. KTV's Rob Roth spent time with the K9's today as they began their new jobs.
Sometimes those who come to our rescue just need someone to come to theirs. That's where Sadie and Marley come in. They are 2 specially trained facility Labradors who officially joined the San Francisco Fire Department Tuesday after several months probation. Their job, just be themselves. The rest will take care of itself.
These dogs are really helping firefighters, get through the day and get through all the struggles that we are having.
The day-to-day stress on first responders can be brutal.
It's a really hard day when you come into work at 8 o'clock in the morning and the first call you go on is telling a 90-year-old woman that we did all we could do for your husband. We're sorry, but, they've passed away. And it's hard. Now I have to work 24 more hours with that on my head.
This firefighter said one tragedy that was particularly difficult was when a cliff at Fort Funston collapsed onto a 22-year-old woman 3 years ago and killed her.
That triggered a post-traumatic stress type of situation that I didn't even identify until
a few weeks later.
More firefighters die by suicide nationally than are killed in the line of duty. Under this pilot program, when firefighters come back from a difficult call or a series of difficult calls, Sadie or Marley will be paying a visit.
It just makes us feel grounded and connected to something other than the trauma that we're dealing with every day.
The dogs are trained for about a year by Thor's Hope Foundation in San Diego County. The dogs with the right stuff, great temperament, good in crowds, not shaken by loud noises, then spend a year in training.
Top-notch obedience skills, top-notch. So that means they are great out in public, they're polite.
San Francisco is the first Bay Area fire department to have facility dogs. Los Angeles County and Modesto fire departments already use them. The fire department says that if all goes well with Sadie and Marley, they may add even more dogs to the firefighter family. In San Francisco, Rob Roth, KTVU, Fox 2 News.